So, here we are then, for the final qualifying session of this season, for the 18th and final round of this World Championship. Hello everybody, my name is James Rawlings here, and welcome everybody to the round number 18, the final race of this weekend season. It's the Brazilian Grand Prix at the St. Petersburg circuit. So, it's the 18th and final round for this, but we'll be qualifying for this first. Hoping which one will take publicity for this one though. This is a battle between two drivers, between Barrichello and Lewis Hamilton. As we enter this final race of the season though, hopefully this 2011 season has gone very better for these drivers though, and hopefully we'll have a good one for this one though, because it's going to be very close to the championship right now. So the starting grid and the lights are not there just yet, but we're prepared for that race for tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be very better to see how this one's doing for this qualifier set. It's the final qualifier set for this one though, and this is a battle between Rubens Barrichello for Williams and for Lewis Hamilton for McLaren. And McLaren and Williams are battling out to become the 2011 Drivers and Constructors Championship to see which team will get that first. So Massa and Team McLaren were the first two, were the one. Massa had a good victory last time out in Abu Dhabi last weekend though, so that's a very good one start for him after that good win though, but after he's currently in the back of the field in last place though in the standings, but unfortunately that is not very nice for that, but an extra win that helped him for that though. Through into turn 2 he goes through now. Hopefully this will be very much better after last season's race. He had a disappointment with serving that one for Ferrari though last season in 2010. Let's see how this one will be very better as he goes around this track though for 2011. This is the final race of this season though in Brazil, and hopefully this Brazilian Grand Prix will be very better. Yeah, we raced there last season though, and the winner of that race was Camus Kobayashi though. But would it be Saba's day again? Because last season was Pedro Lozda's day, but who would be joined him in the 2011 season. So, as we see from Massa though, Fui goes into the left-hand, he goes through now. Will it go on the pace there? So, into the chicane right to left though, and into the hairpin though, which is the fire corner of the circuit though. Hopefully this pit lane will be very better for those as it goes round. So into the 1 minute will be very good for this one though. Robert Massa will be very good for this one. For this, he goes across the line now, and it's a 1 minute 14.558, so that's very good. Tim McLaughlin coming around to do his lap now, and what is this going to be the lap time for him? A 1 minute 14.545. He has beaten Massa by just 30 tenths of a second there, so Glock has gone Poe had a Massa, but there's still more drivers to come out and do that lap though. So it's Glock on Poe had a Massa, but could Glock stay there for a while though? Maybe not. Well, hopefully Team McLaughlin might be on not be on pole position for a while now. But next up, Noel Carter came for his Spain racing though for this, and Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren. So both finished third and fourth in the last race in Abu Dhabi though. But here in the final race in Brazil, it's going to be very difficult for these two drivers though. Hamilton is aiming for that title chase. He's a title contender now, and now he needs to get a lot more points than Barrichello if he wants to have a chance to win the title. So McLaren needs to do really better for this if they want to win the team's championship as well. But Carter is looking very more progress than the McLaren there as they go through into. He can go through the longest square, like that's like a 3 square then, but maybe not quite the full square then as they go through. St. Petersburg is a very good circuit for this for the Brazilian Grand Prix. As Carter goes down the hill, and so will Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren Mercedes. As for this one though, here in Brazil after last season though, Carter wasn't here, Hamilton was there, but that race was the way that one was, he wasn't that good for that one last season though. Round there, but they come through right now, and hopefully what with their laptop they will cross the line right now. So let's see. Carter will be hopefully to see if he could go faster than Team McLaughlin though. Here he goes across the line right now, and he's only interested in 1 minute 40.739. What about Hamilton? A 1 minute 14.700. So 39.10 between these two drivers. They're in the 700s, but Massa and Glock post their lap time in the 500s, so that is not good tense, that is. So there's no opposition there for Lewis Hamilton and for Noel Carter there, so they're staying third and fourth at this point. But what about Hamilton's teammate Jenson Button? The 2009 World Champion is off for his lap though. So let's see what he can do for this one. And the Lotus of Hegi Kawalai is coming around right now to do his lap 2, and off they go. So, Button, this is not what you wanted to see this. good strategy since last season though, but Jensen did not have a single win so far for this, and so did Lewis though, because Hamilton did get a win last season in the last race in the finale of Trade 10 though in Abu Dhabi, so that was a good win there. That was for Lewis Hamilton though, but Button though hasn't had a single win just yet though. Maybe next season though, if he might win the last race of the season in Brazil, maybe the next season he might win again in 2012. Hopefully, this will be very good for Jensen Button's career, doing well so far. Heikki not that close then, but this is going to be very good. We'll get back to Australia again for the 2012 season, for the opening round of the season though. Caroline doing well so far for that though, and keeping his steady as clear. And the first race of the 2012 season will begin on Thursday for qualifying, and then Friday for the race itself. We started this back in August 2020 and finished it in March 2021. Been 7 months right now from here to this month in March, yeah. So anyway, Button now coming to cross the line right now and goes on a 1:40.692. That is quicker than Hamilton. But what about Heikki? It's a 1:14.724 for Heikki, but none of them are proving than Glockyer and Massa does. But that's a good luck from them. So, Vettel's going to get underway right now for Webber Racing though to begin his lap though, and so will Barrichello in his home Grand Prix. And the championship leader is heading towards this race weekend to see if he can try and win that World Championship. He's only just a amount of points clear of Lewis Hamilton, and Williams might need to try to do a lot better if they want to win that team's championship. Hopefully they do better for this over the 2011 season though. Barrichello had a lot of wins in the last few races though. He won in Spain, he won in Germany, and he won in Japan. So that's 3 Grand Prix wins he has so far. So really good season for Robert Barrichello though. So hopefully he will be hoping for this one. But meanwhile, Vettel though has 2 Grand Prix victories back in Solid and Belgium. However, Belgium though was a dangerous racetrack that was, but a lot of drivers got on the track on the first lap of the race in Belgium. Hopefully what Brazil could do for this one though, as we see Vettel goes through to left-hander. Barrichello will follow him behind too, and hopefully how this one go for the process for this for Red Bull and for Williams. As Vettel comes right to the far corner right now. Hopefully what this laptop will do for him as he comes round to the far corner of the lap then. Let's see where the 4-time world champion will go for this lap though. Vettel across the line right now, and he goes on a 1:40.882. That is not enough. Barrichello 1:40.631. He's actually faster than Lewis. If he can make that race make that progress for tomorrow, that he will win the championship. We're now going to see Vitaly Petrov, the Watson for Lotus Red, begins his lap right now. And we need to wait where Alonso is. There he is, and cross the line now. So the Spaniard dominated the first few races of the season though, before he loses the championship from Lucy there. So Alonso was leading the championship after race 1 in Australia though. The Spaniard has got 2 wins so far. Petrov hasn't won any just yet though, but he did win a lot of wins last season though, back in Germany now, and hopefully this was the progress that he needs to do better for this one. It's the far race of the season though. Hopefully how Petrov will do better for this as he goes round the square corner though of St. Petersburg. And what will do better for this one? These were the last 2 points fits in the last race in Abu Dhabi though, so hopefully how will these two do better for this one though? We know Petrov is going to Caterham next season though, and Alonso will stay with the team for another year though, and the number will be still 5 and 6 for this one though, and hopefully what Petrov could do for this one where he gets a new team Lotus. He went out, became a Lotus Wave 11, and now he's going to Caterham for next season though, and hopefully we'll see the drive return to this one next season though. As we can see Petrov though going around the far core right now though. Let's see what the laptop will do for Vitaly though as he comes around to cross the line now to finish his lap though, and goes on a 1:40.662. What about Fernando? A 1:40.659. Nowhere near 3/10 of a second clear between these two drivers. That's very close indeed. But I think they will go behind Button, but not ahead of Barrichello indeed. Now, this is Sutter's last chance to try to get into the top 10 because he had a struggling season so far, and Kobayashi in the Sauber did well so far. So yeah, Sauber hasn't had a victory just yet though, because they dominated the 2010 season though with a good first and fourth place finish in the Drivers' Championship, and they both won the team's championship for that one though. So it's been very good for Sauber last season though, but Will Williams or McLaren will join him in this 2011 season, though. This is a battle between Lewis Hamilton and Rubens Barrichello to see which one of these drivers will become world champion for this one. Now, this is where Saturn needs to get a good pace right. He finished the race in last place in that last year's season race then, when he got last place in 24th place, though. Hope he won't happen again for this track, though. Kobayashi won this race last season, though. And hopefully he will do the same again if he can do this better for this one, though. Let's see. Through the cicada, they come through now. Into this corner, though. This is a good angle to see all the drivers doing it better for this. As Kobayashi getting close to there. Oh, Kobayashi might be going fastest in this one, though. He keeps this up, though. Here they come going across the line right now. Suter and Kobayashi right now to come do their lap to complete then. And Suter across the line. It's a 1 minute 40.709. While Kobayashi goes to a 1 minute 40.500. And that would move it. So that's him on pole position. The Japanese driver Kobayashi has got that pole position for Massa. Actually, that's Team McGrath actually though, and he's on pole. Well, City's got a 1 minute 14.709. So that would be not good for that. We're halfway through for this final qualifier set of this 2011 season, guys, in Formula One. But now it's Victor Lucy and Nico Rosberg. So hopefully how these two will be very better for this one, though. As for Lucy, though, goes on for his lap, though. And so will Nico Rosberg, though. So both of them did well so far. They both got wins this season, though. Victor Lucy won 2 in the Hungarian Grand Prix and the Italian Grand Prix in his home race. While Rosberg won the Singapore Grand Prix at night time. That was race 40, that was. And it was the first ever 1-2 in history to see a Mercedes get first and second place, with Michael Schumacher joining him in second place, though. So, really good job of Mercedes, though, after Singapore. They didn't do well in Japan, though, and for Long Beach, though, and for Abu Dhabi, though, so yeah. But here they have the fire race in Brazil, though, and hopefully they will probably get that third place for these fire races, because these two might battle out for that third place in the team championship, though, while Rosberg has got a lot of work to do this next season, though. As for Lucy, though, when he goes into the left-hander, though, Rosberg following him behind, though. Into the cicada coming through right now, and it's still Lucy there at the moment, though. Rosberg not that far behind, though, at the Mercedes not that close, though, to the Hispania Racing, though, who in their last race for this. So let's see what Lucy could do in this final race of the season, though. As he comes right across the line right now, and it's a 1 minute 40 for that one. Rosberg said a 1 minute 40.603. So Rosberg is quicker than Lucy, though. And now, where they will put them in the table, I think they will put in like 5th and 8th, I think. So, Sergio Perez for Sauber, and Sebastian Buemi for Scuderia Toro Rosso, though. They had a good fight for that one in Abu Dhabi in the last race, though. So hopefully that penultimate round of the champion was not that bad for those two drivers, though. They go through turn 1. Perez needs to do very bad on his teammate, though. He's on pole position in the mode, though. Perez replaced Dolorosa for this season, though, after he won the championship, though. Sebastian Buemi for Scuderia Toro Rosso, though. Not that far back from Perez, though. And for this season, though, it's going very better for this one, though. As he goes through, you can see Dolorosa there because he was his replacement at the Canadian Grand Prix in real life. Not in this one, though. Sebastian Buemi, not that far then. So doing well so far in this final race of the season, though. Perez there. Buemi goes through as well. And hopefully how this one will do better for Checo and for Sebastian Buemi, though. As for Perez, though, doing well so far to keep this on the follow then. Round the 5 car at the hairpin now. So this is where they need to get very good for the race tomorrow, though. And that will be the last time we do this one. Perez, though, head towards the start phase, ready to complete the lap, though, and goes on a 1 minute 40.683. What about Sebastian Buemi, though? Let's see. And he's only going on 1 minute 40.716. That's a terrible lap from Sebastian Buemi, though. Not a good lap from him. So, Nick Heifel for the other Lotus player is coming to start his lap right now for the final qualifier of his career. And Paul Di Resta, though, he's doing well so far for his injured, though. As he's doing well so far to keep this Delta positive, though. When they go into the chicane, they come through now at turn 2 and 3. Look like they're getting well paced and this after Abu Dhabi, though. There were the last 2 phases from this race last weekend. So hopefully this one will be very good in Brazil, though. This is the last race of the season, but 40 will be waiting for that for tomorrow's Grand Prix, Dan, for the final race of the season, though. Heifeld is look like he hopefully do very best, though. He has 2 wins for this season, though. Back in Malaysia and Canada, he has. So hopefully it's been a good season for Nick Heifeld to get 2 Grand Prix wins, though. Dresser hasn't won any so far, though. So yeah, it's very good to see how these guys doing very bad to see how this track goes along for this. As for Paul Dresser, though, doing well for this. As they go into the chicane, they come through now. Heifeld's there. Through goes Paul Dresser. And they will come around to cross the line now to finish the lap, though. So, Heifeld down. What about this one? Will be very bad after Abu Dhabi down. He's coming around to cross the line right now. And he's only just a 1 minute 40.621. What about Dresser, though? A 1 minute 40.619. Only just 2 tenths clear of Heifeld down. That was a very close call for these 2 drivers. They're doing their laps right now. That was a Tesla close for these 2 drivers. So, these drivers, Michael Schumacher and Mark Webber, ready to go here at this Sao Paulo, actually not in Sao Paulo, around this St. Petersburg circuit for their lap now. For Webber waiting and for Mercedes GP, will be pretty sure how the performances will do better because Webber has already had a win in USA. So hopefully this will be very better for that one though. So let's see. Hopefully what the Australian could do for this final race of the season though. Michael Schumacher though wants to try to help his team and try to climb ahead of his spy racing by the end of the season though. But will they do it right now for this one though? As they go through into the chicane, they come through now. This is where the good pace, where they were off for this one though. Webber continues to hope the pace more easily than we expected for this one though. Yeah, back in the past day, like 5 or 6 years ago, these Roblox players used to see the drive where they're walking on the track then. But we decided to add some cameras though because that might be very dangerous for the sports though. So we add some cameras after Singapore to make the track more we can see all the drivers going through the track though. That'll be very clear for that though. See this going along for this though. Webber coming around the far corner right now. So will Michael Schumacher though. Let's see how these 2 will do very better after a few races back ago then. So Webber comes around to cross the line to finish this up right now. And it's a 1 minute 40.799. Webber not doing well so far. And Schumacher going in 1 minute 17 as well. 1 minute 14 as well actually. 1 minute 40.772. So not good one for in the 700s that is. I was not very happy for that. So, just a few more drivers to do their laps right now. Next up, Pastor Maldonado and Jaime Alguersuari. Both had a disappointing DNF in the last race in Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit though. Maldonado did not get off the start well after that start to the race last weekend. So, he didn't make the start though. Alguersuari did make the start though, but in the next few laps though, he went off the track though. So, Maldonado had a disappointing day in Abu Dhabi though, but hopefully next season though in Abu Dhabi though he'll try again and hopefully get on the front row much better though. So on the back of the field will be very dangerous for that one though for the fellow Australian driver though. Let's see what he can do for this one though. Not the best season he has so far for this, but we can hope he's get willing to win the team championship though after they missed out in Abu Dhabi though. So this is the final round of this championship one now to see if they could do better for this one though. August right, this will be his final race for the Toro Rosso team before they would him and Bremy would be replaced by Sebastian Bremy and actually Stanley Collins and Sonic Firm for the 2012 season though. So yeah. Well, meanwhile, Raikkonen and Grosjean will be replacing Petrov and Raikkonen at Lotus. Well, they changed the name to Lotus next season though. So yeah, so Buzzy bring his own pick through as Lucy will be retiring as well, and so is Chile and many more of them as well. So anyway, here comes Maldonado now. Cross the line to finish that one now. It's a 1 minute 40.586. What about Jaime Alguersuari though in the Scuderia Toro Rosso? Cross the line right now. And it's a 1 minute 40.679. So doing well better for Williams though to try to get this team's championship and the drivers' championship. He could do that better work done. So the 5-2 driver of this qualifying set for 2011 are Jan Trulli in the Lotus and Jerome Berger in the Virgin Racing team. So, both in their last race in this F1 season, though, with the 2010s then. So, let's see how they would do better for this one, though. Trulli, round the first corner, he goes through now. Jerome Berger follow behind. Next season, though, we'll be doing this on Roblox Player for the 2012 season, though. For this one, though, for the 2012 Olympic Games, that would be hosted for that one, though. So, Trinity though and Showdown though, looking very bad to see how this one would do very better for this team though, as they go through the circuit itself then. Trinity in the Lotus doing well so far, but no victory unfortunately for them. Lotus had a good win in Britain though, Peggy Caroline though, so hopefully next season they'll do the same again if Caroline could do this win again. So, has any driver got a back-to-back victory at any of the races though? Since last season though? Well, actually, I don't think they haven't. So that's fine for that though. So Showdown Barrichello, very clear for this one though. As for Yara Trilly though, for the Cicanes he goes through now. Showdown Barrichello, follow him and command the fire car of the circuit though. And they will finish the lap for this final qualifying of this season, guys. Here they come right now. Trilly goes on a 1 minute 40.687, and what about D'Ambrosio go on 1 minute 14.610. Not a dub for that one, but means that Kobayashi, who's in the pit box, has got pole position for tomorrow's Grand Prix. The driver who got back-to-back victory in Brazil last season is on pole position. So there are the times for the drivers there after this qualifying down. We can see that it's Kamui Kobayashi on pole, and the team of Glock in second place though. So Massa is in third. The race win for the last race though is starts third, head of Maldonado. Rosberg got fifth, head of Jambo qualifying in sixth, head of Paul Dresden, Haifa 8th, Barrichello in 9th, and Hamilton's way down in 17th. So this is probably a chance for Barrichello to win the championship for tomorrow. Lucy's in 10th, Alonso, Petrov 12th, Oswald 30, Perez 14, Trulli 15, Bowen 16, Hamilton only 17, Sutter 18, Bremen 19, Caroline 20th, Carter King 21st, Schumacher and both of the Red Bulls started at the back of the field in 23rd and 24th. Disappointing day for Christian Horner's team for Red Bull. They're trying at the back of the field for Webber and failed though. But Hamilton only 17th, but Barrichello in 9th. But that would mean that the championship might go to Barrichello for tomorrow's Grand Prix if he keeps in the points though. If Hamilton failed to get any points for this one though, and so Buttered though. And will Williams win the championship with both cars in the top 10? I hope so. Tomorrow will be very good for this guy. I think so. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching for this final qualifier of the 2011 season, guys. Looking forward to the race tomorrow then, guys, and see which driver will come out of the top and the computer just shut down for this. But it doesn't matter though. It's the end of the qualifier for this, guys. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video here, guys, and we'll see you next time for the race. See you in the race finale, guys, tomorrow. Bye! Tomorrow evening. The lights are and we are away in Brazil. The 10th flag gets underway. It's the race finale in Brazil. Much more corner we've got for this circuit itself. Here they come now, going through the left hand to go for Alonso, Kobayashi, Webber, Chando is in now in 4th place. But there could be one winner of this race. He's going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Head of Trilli, Webber, Chaddock, Huckenberg, Alonso, Glock, Boniface head of Bremen, head of Vettel. But which one will become the champion? Will it be this guy? He's doing bad for this. Becker, one of the 5 vehicles now, and he wins the Japanese Grand Prix and takes the lead of the championship once again. Or maybe the other one. And head towards the 5 corner race, and Hamilton. And here comes Lewis Hamilton is going to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Head of Huckenberg, Kovalainen. Wow! A close, excellent finish to the end of the race there. Who will win? Hamilton or Barrichello? See you for the finale. See you there tomorrow.